Good morning, friends. We got some lovely corn here to shell. I don't know why I'm playing with some corn hair, but yeah. Farmer Frank has just arrived. Now we gotta shell a whole bunch of corn, so it should be fun. He just shelled off the end rows for us, and now he's working his way around the outside. And the one obstacle of this whole field is there's a massive hill right in the center of it, split basically in half, that we have to climb and go down each time. See, we're getting ready to go up it right now, but this is going to make it a little bit treacherous. You can see it all the way over there. The camera doesn't do it justice. It's a lot steeper than it looks. But we're just going to follow him around and dump him off whenever he needs it. So that's all we're doing now. On the go like this, we usually want to be around 10th gear, about 3.5 to 4.5 miles per hour. But since we're doing inroads, we're doing about 3.5 miles per hour right now. And our corn is planted on 30-inch spacings, and we're running a 8-row head. I've seen guys plant corn on 20-inch spacings as well as 15-inch spacings. That's kind of unheard of around our area. 30-inch spacings is about all we do around here. We do 15-inch spacings on our beans. Some guys do other spacings, but that's what we do. A good yield for corn in our area is about 220. Here guys doing 300 bushel corn, and that's kind of unheard of around our area as well. So about 220 is about pretty good for our area. And he has unloaded, so now we just gotta go dump it in the truck. When you're unloading corn, you usually want to be around 1100 RPMs in first gear. As you can see, I'm opening up our slide gate there on the auger. Here it comes. And corn weighs more than soybeans, so usually instead of doing 60,000 pounds per truck, you can do about 56,000 pounds per truck, and that equals about 1,000 bushel. Same as when you're doing beans. Beans weigh about 60 pounds per bushel. Corn usually about 56, 57 pounds per bushel. And we want to try to get as close to 1,000 bushels on per truck, because you don't want to be overloaded. There you can kind of start to see it getting high up on the truck. Then we're just going to let off on our clutch, go forward a little. The monitor on the scale head gets kind of annoying. It keeps beeping at us. Yep, want to let out on the clutch. We're off to the races again, so vamonos. Let's put it in 12th gear and go. So for shifting purposes, you have neutral down here in the bottom right, parking up here. And then race mode is all the way up here, and it's in the middle right here, up or down. That's when if you really want to go fast. And then obviously you go into forward up here. You got 1 through 16, and then after you get done with 16, you go into race mode down here. Then we have this lovely monitor looking into the auger cart that tells us, that shows us the corn going into the auger cart from the combine. Good to go. Camera somewhat level, it really doesn't do it justice. Actually a more mellow spot to go down the hill. It's not so steep. And there's a grass runway at the end, so if we get a little carried away with our adventures down the hill, we can always go into that grass lane right there. But still, we gotta be kind of cautious. Yikes, Terry. Yep, back in grass. This CRP was really needed, as you can see. Going up the hill's fine when you're empty, unless you got like 30,000 pounds on it. that weight behind you. So we just got moved to a different field, and we got the end rows taken off and everything, but the 7010 is actually giving us fits now. So now it has fuel problems. So the 8120 is coming down, and we're gonna switch out combines. We're gonna start shelling corn with the 8120 instead. We just got done with this 40-acre field. It's 10:30 at night, and it's starting to rain, so we're taking everything back home. So see you in the morning. Well, I got kicked out of the auger cart by Farmer Frank, and we've got about 78 acres of corn to shell off today, and then we're gonna move fields after a while. But yeah, I'm just gonna be running the semi now. Trash day here in the neighborhood. All their trash cans are out. It'd be a bummer if we ran into some of them. No, we're not gonna do that. We're nice. Here we are back at the field, and it's going to get pretty repetitive since we're just taking it back to the farm to dry. And we've got 60 acres left to do here, so I'll catch you here after a while. We just got finished up with this 78 acres. He's just on the last pass back there. And it's getting ready to rain, as you can tell, so we're just going to take everything home and put it in the shed. It's supposed to rain for the next couple days maybe as well, so we're going to go haul some corn maybe tomorrow. But if that doesn't interest you, then I guess toodles.
Cone.
Redneck word of the day, Midas. Might as well go home and leave.